everyone. Welcome back to the English Learning Podcast, where we help you improve your English in a fun and practical way. I'm Henry, your host, and as always, I'm joined by my amazing co-host, Sarah.
Hello, everyone. We're so excited to have you here today. If you've ever found yourself struggling to respond quickly in conversations, this episode is just for you.
That's right. Today we're talking about a think smart, speak fast. How you can train your brain to think quickly in English and respond with confidence.
Think about it. Have you ever been in a conversation where you knew what you wanted to say but couldn't find the right words fast enough?
Oh, that happens to a lot of English learners. But don't worry, we're here to help. By the end of this episode, you'll have some powerful tips and tricks to boost your thinking speed and fluency.
And we've even got a fun game later to test your quick thinking, so stay with us till the end.
All right, let's dive in. First, let's talk about why thinking fast is so important when speaking English. So, let's start with a big question. Why is it important to think fast when speaking English?
Great question. Well, in real-life conversations, we don't have time to sit and translate every word in our heads. Conversations move fast, and if we take too long to respond, we might lose confidence or feel left out.
Exactly. Imagine you're in a job interview and the interviewer asks, "Tell me about yourself." If you hesitate too much, it might seem like you're unprepared, even if you actually know what to say.
Or think about social situations. Let's say you're having coffee with English-speaking friends and they're joking around. If you take too long to process what they said, the moment might pass and you might miss the chance to join in the fun.
That's so true. Quick thinking helps you sound more natural, more confident, and more engaged in conversations. It also helps in debates, presentations, and even everyday small talk.
And let's not forget, fluency isn't just about knowing a lot of words. It's about being able to use them quickly and naturally.
Absolutely. So, if you've ever felt stuck searching for words or overthinking your sentences, don't worry, it's normal. And the good news is you can train your brain to think faster.
Yes, and coming up next, we'll talk about the most common challenges that slow people down when speaking and how to overcome them.
All right, so we know why thinking fast is important, but let's be honest. Many English learners struggle with it, and there are some common challenges that slow people down.
Oh, absolutely. One of the biggest ones is hesitation and overthinking. Have you ever had a sentence in your head but kept thinking, is this correct? Should I say it differently? And by the time you decide, the conversation has already moved on.
Yes, that's so common. Overthinking makes you second guess yourself, and instead of speaking, you just freeze.
Exactly. And another challenge is translating from your native language to English. Many learners think in their first language, then try to translate every word into English before they speak.
That slows things down a lot. The problem is some words or expressions don't translate directly, so you get stuck trying to find the perfect way to say something.
Right. But in a real conversation, it's better to say something simple and natural rather than getting stuck trying to make it perfect.
Another big mistake is fear of making mistakes. So many learners think, what if I say something wrong? What if people laugh at me? And that fear makes them hesitate even more.
Yes, but here's the secret. Even native speakers make mistakes. The key is to keep going. If you stop every time you make a small mistake, it will slow you down even more.
That's so true. And the last big challenge, lack of practice in real conversations. Some people spend a lot of time studying grammar and vocabulary, but they don't practice speaking enough.
Yes, speaking is like a muscle. You have to train it. If you only learn words but never use them in real conversations, your brain won't get faster at responding.
Exactly. So, now that we know the biggest challenges, let's talk about how to train your brain to think and speak faster in English. All right, now that we've covered the biggest challenges, let's talk about solutions. How can English learners train their brains to think and speak faster?
Great question. The first technique is chunking words. Instead of thinking of single words, try learning phrases or sentence patterns. For example, instead of memorizing the word recommend, learn a full phrase, like I highly recommend it.
That's a great tip. This way, when you need to recommend something, your brain doesn't have to build the sentence from scratch. It just pulls out the phrase instantly.
Exactly. And another powerful technique is active listening. When you listen to native speakers, whether in movies, podcasts, or real conversations, your brain gets used to the natural speed and rhythm of English.
That's so important. And when you actively listen, try to predict what the speaker will say next. It forces your brain to think ahead and process English faster.
Yes! And speaking of processing English faster, another tip is paraphrasing and simplifying. Many learners get stuck trying to say things in a complicated way, but sometimes a simple sentence works just fine.
That's true. For example, instead of struggling to say, I find it difficult to make a decision in a short amount of time, you could just say, I can't decide quickly. It's shorter, natural, and much easier to say fast.
Exactly. And if you ever get stuck mid-sentence, don't panic. Instead, use filler words like, well, let me think. That's a good question. This gives your brain a few extra seconds to organize your thoughts.
That's a great trick. And another way to speed up your thinking is by practicing impromptu speaking. This means forcing yourself to answer random questions without preparation.
Oh, I love that exercise. You can do it with a friend or even alone. Just pick a random topic and try to talk about it for 1 minute. The goal is to keep speaking, even if your sentences aren't perfect.
Yes, and if you don't have a speaking partner, you can even practice with AI tools or record yourself and listen back. The more you train your brain to respond quickly, the easier it gets.
That's the key. Consistent practice. So, to put these techniques into action, we're going to play a quick game right now.
Oh, this is going to be fun. Get ready to think fast. All right, it's time for a fun challenge. We're going to play a game that will help you think fast and speak faster. Sarah, are you ready?
I'm always ready for a challenge. What are we playing?
We're doing a word association game. Here's how it works. I'll say a word, and you have to respond with the first word that comes to your mind instantly. No thinking, just speaking.
Oh, I love this game. It's great for training quick thinking in English.
Exactly. And listeners, you can play along too. Say your answers out loud as fast as you can. Ready? Okay, first, nice. Good one. All right, how about awesome? Let's do a few more happy.
Smile.
Great, and one last one, English.
Fluency.
Yes, that's what we're working towards. And see, this game helps you respond quickly without overthinking.
Exactly. And you can play this anytime, alone, with a friend, or even in your head when you're waiting in line or on the bus.
Yes, the more you train your brain to react fast, the easier speaking English becomes.
All right, before we wrap up, let's share some final tips to help our listeners practice every day.
That was a fun game. And remember, the goal isn't to be perfect. It's to want to train your brain to react faster in English.
Exactly. So before we wrap up, let's give our listeners some final tips to help them improve every day.
All right, tip number 1. Practice speaking out loud every day. Even if you don't have a speaking partner, talk to yourself. Describe what you're doing, talk about your plans, or even read aloud. The more you speak, the faster you'll think.
Great tip. And number 2, expose yourself to fast English. Listen to podcasts, watch movies, or follow English conversations. The more you hear natural English, the more your brain will get used to the speed.
Yes, and tip number 3, use time limits. Give yourself 30 seconds to answer a question or 1 minute to explain something. Setting a timer forces you to think and speak quickly.
That's a great one. And my last tip, don't be afraid of mistakes. Mistakes mean you're learning. The more you practice, the more natural you'll sound. Confidence is the real key to fluency.
That's right. So to everyone listening, keep practicing, keep pushing yourself, and don't give up. Every little effort you make is getting you closer to fluency.
Yes, and remember, you're not alone on this journey. We're here to help you, and so is this amazing community of English learners.
Speaking of community, we'd love to hear from you. What's one trick you use to think and speak faster? Let us know in the comments.
And don't forget, if you enjoyed this episode, give it a like, share it with a friend, and subscribe for more.
All right, that's it for today. Keep practicing, keep learning, and we'll see you in the... Wow, what a great episode. Today we learned why thinking fast is important, the common challenges that slow us down, and most importantly, practical techniques to train our brains to think and speak faster in English.
Yes, and we even had some fun with the word association game. A great way to boost quick thinking.
Exactly. Now it's your turn. Try using today's tips in your daily conversations. Challenge yourself to speak without overthinking and practice quick response exercises.
And remember, fluency isn't about being perfect, it's about being confident. So keep going, keep practicing, and don't be afraid to make mistakes.
We'd love to hear from you. What's your biggest challenge when thinking and speaking fast in English? Drop a comment below and let us know.
And if you found this episode helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next episode.
All right, that's all for today. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and we'll see you in the next episode of the English Learning Podcast.
Bye, everyone.